Dr. Disrespect is making the rounds again by going out of his way to calling his old friends, I guess, names and such. He called Nickmercs the biggest fucking pussy in the world, and Lupo, he called him fake. He said they're rats for, not, being friends with him after his controversy. And if you're unaware of what his controversy is, we'll get into that. But here is what he essentially said about his friends, I guess. I don't know, his associates.
I don't care about. The issue that I have with those two is that they met Mrs. Assassin multiple times. They met Baby Assassin. They met my family, right? They know what I'm about, You know what I mean, champs? They got sucked in by an over-exaggerated fucking narrative that was blown up by all these little anime desperate.
So I will say this, just off rip, right? I don't know what narrative he's saying people are pushing, right? When he himself came out and said, hey, it is low-key true. This is what happened. Now, he's going to say it's a troll. If it is a troll, I think it's a stupid one. Why on God's green earth would you admit to having conversations with a minor as a troll? Or just say you had conversations with a minor as a troll? That's not a really smart troll. It's kind of a weird troll. People don't care for pedophilia. You can reframe it however you want. You can say everybody else is lying and you're right. But at the end of the day, it's a dumb troll. Now, I'm not taking a stance on this guy. I could give less than a fuck. He's not in jail because of the legal part. Morally, it's kind of weird. Yeah, of course it's weird. Morally, that's really fucking gross. But as far as we know, it's left up to the beholder. He refuses to show the text messages proving his innocence, and the person who accused him of it doesn't have the text messages. So all we have is a statement Doc put out, or Dr. Disrespect put out, like in September, right? So I don't understand why he's saying people are pushing a narrative when this is a narrative that he also engaged in, but only backtracked on it because he felt like, he thought he could, because he wanted to come back, right? And he knows that if he's an admitted pedophile, people aren't going to watch him. So he backtracked. He said it was just like a troll or some shit. I don't know.
For attention, zero life experience people on the internet, these trolls, and it was blown out and exaggerated. And then you got people going, but you admitted it. What the fuck do we admit? Some jokes and bantering? That's what we.
So I understand he's gonna make it. When he said inappropriate in his statement, he didn't clarify what inappropriate meant, which means you have a little bit of legal leeway. But if it was just jokes and bantering, I have no doubt he would have put out the text messages. In fact, I doubt Twitch would have permanently banned his account on there and he would still be streaming on Twitch because it was just jokes and bantering. But Twitch felt the need to distance himself from him for a reason. So either it was borderline sexting or it was not. Either way, he refuses to, release messages, so it's whatever.
We said, wake up. We didn't admit nothing. Now you're convinced, and they're all convinced by the narrative that was put out by, guess who? Rolling Stones, Washington Post, right? Little fucking depressed, deep-eyed.
One more thing about this. I don't know. I don't like how he's trying to say that everybody has it out for him, right? Washington Post, Rolling Stone. These are media companies that report on the news, and what they had was accusations and an admission statement from you saying, hey, yeah, I was talking to a minor. Were they inappropriate? Yes, but nothing happened. You were still talking to a minor. You can't expect people to just not want, people, you're an adult, right? You shouldn't want to talk to minors. I'm 20. I don't talk to minors, right? Unless they're like my family, I don't talk to people who are in high school. I have no relations to people who are in high school, and I'm freshly removed, but I just recently turned 20. I'm 2 years out of high school. I'm a sophomore at my college. I don't engage with people that are in high school. That seems like a weird thing to me. And I'm 2 years removed. You are in your 30s. Why are you talking to anybody under the age of 19? Realistically, even if they're legal, right? 18, if that's what you want to do, go for it. Anything under that for you is weird as hell. Even if it was just inappropriate behavior, if they were a fan, whatnot, it's still weird as hell.
Slasher, all these people, right? These people we can't relate to. And it's unfortunate. But the real truth, after that, it was revealed. Look at these fucking fake phonies, man.
You call them fake phonies. Honestly, it's just...
I don't care about the issue.
It's weird for him. And this is a statement that he himself put out saying, yes, where their twist matches is with an individual minor back in 2017. Yes, it's highlighted right here. He knew what he was doing, right? And to act like it was just a goof, it was just a joke. Okay, you can call it a goof and a joke, but in reality, you still did something weird. It's weird. Now, you can say it was just like, we were just joking. If you were just joking with this minor, you wouldn't have been banned, man. And I'm trying not to take a stance on this because I really don't give a shit, right? We've moved past this. There's alleged nothing wrong other than the morality part was, happened. So when we try to move past this, you cannot, get mad at people for distancing themselves from you when you did something weird. And this is Nickmercs' response. I think that's his name.
Dr. Disrespect.
This is a podcast that he was originally talking about that Dr. Disrespect responded to. This is a podcast about, this is a clip from the podcast at least.
Respect.
It's a tough one.
And you obviously know him personally. Good dude.
I know him personally. I do. I mean, we met in person twice, briefly, and we've played a lot of games together throughout the years. People think that we're like best friends. That's not true. And then people also say, oh, they only gamed a couple times. I mean, that's not true either. We're somewhere in the center. The internet's canceling this guy. Everybody's like, oh, Nick, how about this guy? This is your boy, huh? I go on, I say, listen, man, I understand what people are saying. Let's wait till we get some facts and then we'll make a decision. So I waited.
And two, you're not.
And I got a bunch of shit for waiting. Everyone's like, fuck you, man. Speak out on your boy. What the fuck, man? I mean, I got railed on social, but I was the only one that didn't. So I waited because I was this tweet. Which is now deleted, by the way. And it was the worst tweet that I have ever seen from somebody in trouble. Not only was the original the worst, this motherfucker edits that same tweet like 6 times. And he admits in this tweet to talking to somebody inappropriately who was underage. Go on Twitter. I say, look, facts came out. This sucks fucking ass. We didn't know about this, obviously, and we're gonna cut ties. And we don't condone or agree with anything like this. They're not happy with that either.
Why are they not happy with it?
Because so you can go hard on some leave the kids alone shit, but when it's your boy, it's just like, oh, you're not happy about it. The fuck do you want, man? I said I don't condone it. It's disgusting.
Cut all ties.
And we're cutting ties. Done.
So personally, I feel like when we talk about these issues within male spaces, right? People get mad when you don't stick up for men in a specific manner, even if the man did something weird, right? If one of my friends was caught talking to a child, I'm not going to be talking to them anymore. I think that's fair, no? Right? You shouldn't be jumping through hoops to make excuses for a grown fucking adult. Especially someone who's in his 30s who was caught talking, who admitted he was talking to a minor. I know y'all get mad at women for like, oh, y'all allow this such toxic humor in like locker rooms and stuff, and that shouldn't be the case. Y'all put it down like, oh, then what are we supposed to talk about? Get rid of the stuff that shouldn't be in these spaces. You can make jokes. Humor isn't illegal, no matter what anyone says, but fuck. When someone does some weird shit like talking to a minor in their 30s, you should be able to say, hey, yeah, let's stop talking to them and not get any backlash. I feel like that's not a hot take. Can we admit that that's not a hot take? I'm sorry. It's just, there's so many instances where I've seen people like just jumping through hoops trying to justify weird behavior. And it's stupid. It's weird. It's weird that you would defend weird behavior.
Dr. Dis.
And this is a person who is also defending him. He said people are acting like he was found guilty, but he was found innocent by actual legal experts. We're not talking about the legality of it. We're talking about the morality. Why are you, someone who is in his 30s, talking to a 17-year-old? Now, I know 17 is legal in some states. Like, I think I've heard people say that 16 years old is the age of consent in Georgia. However, that doesn't make it okay. Why are you talking to a minor? This is a person who can't go rent a car. They can't open a bank account by themselves. They have to have an adult with them. They can't drink. They cannot smoke. They cannot join the military for another year. Why are we acting like this is normal? No, it's morally, it's fucking disgusting. Be honest, please. We know it's weird. But hey, legally, you shouldn't have to defend. Why are you defending this? He admitted to it. Innocent by legal standards does not mean you are good morally, right? People get off on crimes that they do all the time because they have money. Just because he wasn't found guilty legally does not mean he's morally a good person. Someone can get off with charges on sexual assault and then just be, oh, he got off legally, so he didn't do it. That's not what happens. Let's be honest, please. And this is the last clip. This is Nickmercs defending himself from Dr. Disrespect, because why wouldn't you? If someone who is weird talking to you, you're going to respond. So let's talk about it.
We're all fake and phony because we cut ties with you after you did some fucking crazy shit. Put all your boys in a tough spot. You want to get real about it? Get fucking real about it. You put everybody around you in a tough ass spot because you're a dog. Because you're a dog, bro. And I've known plenty of dogs, man. But when you go below that 18-year-old bullshit, you a different kind of dog now. Now you're a weirdo. And you can't fucking, you have no self-awareness. You can't reflect. You can't hold yourself accountable. You can't be a man. Being a man is about holding yourself accountable with things you do. It's a really important part about growing up and being a fucking man. You're a father, you're a husband. Look, you fucked up. You gotta own it. You gotta be a fucking man. You fucked up. You don't get to go around and blame everybody else for the shit that you did. That's not.
That is more or less the clip. And I completely agree. At what point do you hold your own self accountable? You can't be mad at everyone else for cutting you off for doing weird shit. I'm sorry, is he supposed to be your friend when you are an alleged pedophile? I would hope not, right? Because then we would have to have conversations about him as an individual human being for being friends and allowing that kind of shit to go on in your circle. Look, I'm not going to women get mad at men all the fucking time for allowing weird shit to go on behind the scenes when they're not around. Why would we continue to engage in behavior that would make not only women uncomfortable, but other men uncomfortable by allowing weird shit to happen? If your friend is a sex offender, by association, people are going to think you're fine with that. If your friend is, a murderer, people are going to be like, oh, you're probably cool with that too. If your friend is in a gang, people are going to be like, oh, you're associated with him. You're probably in a gang too. Please be consistent. That's all I ask. But hey, man, that's the video. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and happiness. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.